Hello again, everyone. In this technical analysis of the stock market video, we're going to take a look at the Nasdaq, one of my key indicators, check in on several things that relate to activities that happened this week. And what I'm calling this video the calm before a storm. And I'll talk to you about why I think that is coming up. So stay tuned. All right, the Nasdaq Composite continued to trend up, although Friday was down 14.6. You can see it's trending up in here. I do believe that we are getting very close to the end in here. Here's this fourth minor wave, which was a triangular sideways move, okay? Now we are moving higher in this fifth wave, but the interesting thing about that is I believe that we've got 1, sharp 2, 3, sideways 4, and that we're working this fifth minute wave within the fifth wave, okay? And so now I believe we're very, very close to the end of it. This last little leg up in here is not being confirmed by indicators, okay? So when I look at the indicators in here, none of them pushed that I look at, none of them pushed to new highs on this picture in here. And then another little flag that's going off is Apple. Apple, of course, you're well aware, is one of the strongest, biggest stocks in the Nasdaq 100. And look how it's not confirming that last leg, okay? And this leg up in here for Apple is showing the same kind of bearish non-confirmation with the indicators. So they're all going, nope, that's going up on, not strong, not good strength in here. And then all of a sudden it starts to roll over and it's not confirming the last leg up on the Nasdaq, which is starting to get bearish non-confirmation also. So that's another flag going off. And then here's another interesting thing. It's why I'm calling this calm before the storm. Look at the complacency that's going on in the VIX, which is, the classic fear index, okay, from the Chicago Board of Options Exchange, the VIX. And this has been very, very low. If you look at where is this in terms of the trading that has occurred over the last week and a half, it's the last time anything was lower or, right in that same neighborhood was the week and a half right before this huge explosion. And this was January 26th. But the interesting thing about that, so that's interesting. And it also is a great observation in here to kind of like give you a heads up that say, hey, okay, something may be up. And when you look at the weekly chart, look at what it's showing you. Look at the compression. And by compression, I mean the trading range that occurred in the VIX this week. Look how tight it is. It is the tightest trading range since the week ending January 26th, when the Dow Jones Industrial Average topped, the S&P 500 topped, the New York Composite Index topped, the Wilshire 5000 Index topped. So, you got to sit back and wonder, okay, is something up? It's another flag that's going off. Okay, what else happened? The Federal Reserve had a meeting this week. Now, you'd think with interest rates going up that would help financials, but this chart is broken down out of a long-term 2-year move. It broke it down in March and in April. We pulled back and it's rolling back over again. And, the Fed raised the interest rate a quarter of a point this week for the second time this year. And they're talking about now not just one more raise, but possibly 2 more raises by the end of the year. So that was a change. You would think this kind of move would be helping the financials, but Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, every day they were down this week. Okay. That's something's going on. I mean, when what should be good news isn't helping the stocks, to me that tells me anyway that something else is going on in here. But I think this is kind of negative. I'm watching to see if this is going to start to break down even further. Okay, so that is the financials. Let's see. We want to talk about oil. I hadn't talked about oil yesterday. West Texas Intermediate dropped $2.50 a barrel. USO dropped 47 cents a share. And it looks like it's breaking back down out of this bear flag. Here's the flagpole. Here's the flag. And it's breaking down out of that flag right now. It looks very negative to me. We've been watching this nice uptrending channel it's been in, and it broke down out of that back over here on, when was that? The 1st of June. And so now I'm watching for continuation to the downside. Now, I mean, we are going to get some points where support ought to come in. But what else is this affecting? It's affecting the energy stocks. Okay, so a big move to the downside, down $2.14 on Friday. This looks like a head and shoulders top to me. And this is the third time that all of this has been repulsed from that $78.50 level. And I'm looking to see if we get that we're going to get some continuation to the downside. I believe it just looks negative. We're right at the 55-day moving average, which is exactly where we were once before, but it didn't provide any support whatsoever. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Right now, this is looking, pretty negative. All right, that's it on the energy and XL and oil. And lastly, what else is happening this week? Well, tariffs didn't help. Trade wars don't help. And, in China, investors and traders don't like it any more than the investors and traders liked it yesterday in the United States. And Shanghai Composite closed down 45.24. And remember, this closed well before ours opened on Friday. Okay, they're a day ahead of us over there. And so it's going to be real interesting to watch and see what happens Sunday night with this as they start to open. I think it opens, I think Shanghai opens around 8:30 Central Time. I'm not quite sure about that. But anyway, this is pretty negative. This is a weekly chart, so this is a pretty negative close. This is the lowest close since the week ending September 30th, 2016. So we're talking a year and 9 months ago. Okay, and I'm looking for more of this to the downside. This is the big picture. Actually, I didn't mean to do that. This is what I'm looking for. This is the big blow off in 2015. I'm looking for this to continue to break down and sell off. And of course, if the trade wars accelerate and things get a little worse, I'm sure this is going to get worse here too. All right, that's the picture for today and for this week. Hope you found that helpful. If you did, please hit the like button. And if you're not a subscriber, hit the subscribe button for this YouTube channel. If you could think of one person who might benefit from the video, share the video with them. You can always send them in an email or just post it on one of your social media sites. And if you want to get more insight, education, and trade ideas that I share with my insider members, click on my little picture on the screen, and it'll take you over to my website, joehenches.net, Beyond the Chart. And you can check out the membership over there. All right, everyone. And I can't remember if I said this or not, but if you're a father out there, please have a wonderful Father's Day weekend and day tomorrow. And if you're not celebrating it in the country where you live, celebrate it anyway. Have a great weekend.